Hey, what we doing?
Hey, what are you doing? I'm putting up some Christmas tree lights. Hey, will you turn those lights on for me so we can see how it needs to be fluffed up? Stand back. Oh, not too shabby. He didn't want a lot of lights. We're good.
Uh-oh.
Looks like the Grinch.
What are we doing now?
Hanging the garland. Almost done.
Well, what do y'all think about Jennifer's job on the Christmas tree right here? I think she did a good job.
I think I did a good job too, y'all. I'm too OCD. Dad didn't want the branches covered, so this is the end result.
The branches are covered. There is no more branches. Shouldn't have any room to hang anything else. But yeah, it looks really good. Isn't it funny how Christmas trees and fireplaces go together?
Yeah, you should let them see it together.
You want to see it together? Well, I'll tell you what, friends, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Some of these have really rich color to them, and we get a lot of comments, why do we burn the wood? Because of the accent that it gives it. I could have put clear coat on these, but they wouldn't have turned out like this. I mean, absolutely just gorgeous. Here, let me show you. See all of the rich grain in there? And all of the different color that burning gives you. You just can't buy this type of character right there. But it is in the wood. You just have to bring it out. Here's a look from the other side right here. I mean, just absolutely stunning. Some of y'all may not care for anything like this, but I'll tell you, like Jennifer and I said, in a setting of a rustic mountain built cabin, this really adds so much character to the building, and it's really easy to do. All we did was cut one side off flat so it would sit on the floor and let the other side run wild up the wall. And the only other thing that I'm going to have to do is where I meet the corner of the wall where the trim is 3/4 inch. So I'll have to kind of plane the end down at an angle. I'll have to reburn it and of course oil it. So this should really be a big change for the cabin. Here's another one that's just gorgeous. Look at that one. Look at this one. Well, yesterday I could hear commotion going on down here. I didn't get outside much because of that. It wouldn't have made for any good filming, but I could hear trucks backing in and beepers going off and people talking. So I think that they poured this concrete. Anyway, we're going to run down here and check it out. It looks like they did a really good job on that garage pour, and that is their front porch. Right here's another angle, and looking at it, looks like they did a really nice job. That's going to be Jennifer's front porch. I tell you, it's really nasty out here because it's wet. The winter time is always muddy, constantly. But we've got quite a bit that we're going to have to pick up over here that hasn't been used. We've got about a half a pallet of block right there. We've got some wire, all of that rebar, which will be nice because she'll have other things that she's going to have to build. We've got these pallets over here, those blocks that could be stacked on there. There's some mortar that has been left. And then she's got about a full bag. Oh, it looks like they busted the bag. That's such a shame. But there is a whole bag of sand as well. I really hate that they busted that bag because that could have been used for a lot of different things, and it would be hard to transfer all of that sand into that other bag, used bag. So at least we've got the bag. The sand, I don't know if I'll be able to scoop it up with a bucket or not. We'll give it a shot. But anyway, that is the latest on Jennifer's house, or we'll call it Outpost number 2. Well, I'm getting ready to start stripping some of these back here. It is about, well, it's in the high 30s outside, so I decided not to get outside today and do some wiring. Alright, I'm going to strip back 2 sides right here. This side and this side, because I'm not sure which is which. It didn't get labeled when it was put in. So this is how we're going to find it. I have a tone right here. Okay, I'll show you how this works. I'm going to tie one side to ground, and then the other side to the hot. We're going to turn it on, and this is what it sounds like. So you don't hear nothing over here. Let's go find it in the panel. Well, I checked the box over there. That wire's not there. So I put the tone back on it, and it's right here. I'm thinking that probably this was my feed going back to the box, and this is going down, feeding the rest going in the opposite direction, which would be my plug down there on the bottom. Okay, we've traced this wire up to the light switch and so on, but this one right here I put my tone on. And I gotta find the other end of that. And I actually found it over here. So what I had originally done was I fed it around through on the bottom, and then over there I went up on the top. Well, we'll get our ground on, and then we'll go for these others, get them put together, and then pretty much have this front room close to being done. All right, friends, there we go. Well, now let's see if we can get a plate put on there and make that thing look really nice. Look at that. What do you think? I think that looks pretty nice. Yeah. Alright, we're going to try to put these baseboards down as we go so that we don't have to move the furniture any more than we need to, right? Right. trying to cut that big old hump out of there if I can, and I believe that this is going to do it. Well, let's see if we can get this one on and make it look. You know, the only problem I have found with this paneling right here is the little cobwebs get stuck to it too easy. Well, so it might look a little bit messy now that I've got this portion done, but I've got to move everything over in here now so that I can get to a different spot. But I think once it's all done and I take out some of the things that I've accumulated in here, then it should look clean and hopefully like a brand new cabin. Well, friends, I thought I would sit down and take a little break, and I told Jennifer, I said, you know, yesterday I didn't really have anything to snack on, so I snacked on some soda crackers. And she goes, "A what?" I said, "A soda cracker." And she goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "These right here," and I pointed to them. She said, "Those are saltines." How many of you all know what a soda cracker is? I told her, I said, "Look it up." So
he did. He said, "Look it up," but I said, "Dad, those are saltines." So
look it up. What is a soda cracker? You might say it's a cracker without the salt, right? A cracker.
Oh Lord, it comes up in the Google.
A cracker is referred to as a soda
cracker is also known as a saltine. It's a thin square cracker made from white flour, baking soda, and sometimes yeast. It has a distinctively dry and crisp texture, and it usually sprinkled with coarse salt. The cracker often has perforations over its surface. Well, hot diggity dog, he might be right, but comment down below how many people call them soda crackers, how many people are with me and call them saltines.
Let me ask you,
what?
Can you ever remember when I was wrong? many times.
Do I have to answer that question?
She was trying to think, well, let me see, when was you wrong? Okay, so there is the story, there's the mystery of the soda cracker.
Hey, why couldn't the pony sing a lullaby?
I don't know.
Because she was just a little horse.
Dogs. Well, good morning. I'm getting ready to make some breakfast, and we're going to tackle putting the baseboards down in this main room right here. Since we've got all the receptacles tied around, I still have that light switch to work on over there. Let's go ahead and get the breakfast started and get busy. Well, this is my good old number 8 skillet that Jennifer got me last summer that I'm using. I really like, there's nothing that beats a good skillet. So I've got one of those, and then I've got this small number 3 right here. This is what I cook eggs in. So yeah, we've got it made with those 2 sizes right there. We can cook just about anything. Well, you've heard my kids talk about water gravy, and this is what my grandmother used to make all the time, and that's what I'm making this morning. I'll tell you what, it's really good. I know that a lot of you all like milk gravy, but water gravy is very tasty as well. And then we'll add a little bit of salt. I like to let this get really brown because whenever you add liquid to it, it thins it out and takes away the color. But I'll tell you, I like to burn my flour just a little bit, really brown, because I think that it just gives it so much more flavor. See how brown that is? I might let it go just a little bit longer. See how that gels up and kind of gets thick, just like the milk does. I usually save a little bit for the dogs too because they like this. Are you eating your dog food? Is it good? I tell you what, friends, it's hard to beat gravy. In the morning, over your potatoes in the evening, it doesn't matter. Gravy is good. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say a prayer, get this 8, and then we'll get started. Give it a shot here and see what it's like. I have to be careful and not say too much, because if I do, my tongue's liable to slap my brains out. This is so good. Well, I heard a little commotion going on down here at Jennifer's yesterday when I came home from church. So let's run down here and check it out and see what they were doing. But I'll tell you, it is probably a brisk minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit out here. Not really sure what the temperature is, but it is chilly. Anyway, let's go check this out. I suspected that's what they were doing. They're cutting these grooves into the concrete so that it will relieve any stress in there so that they hopefully don't crack. And then we got a nice little groove right there and one dead center. They divided that into 6 parts. But they were smart. They waited till later on up into the day to come, because I'll tell you what, friends, I guess it's probably the same where you're at, or has been, that this cold front's coming through and it's chilly. I'll tell you what, friends, the best thing about building a cabin rustic-like is that nothing has to match. So this will go right here. I laid my studs on that side. And we get this one put in over here. See, they don't match, but they match because they're crazy. That's how they match. Doesn't look too bad, does it? Well, I've got two more pieces right here. Let's see if we can get those installed. I think it's starting to look really nice. If you like this kind of thing, that is. And this one right here, I believe, will go right in, maybe. This one right here's got a good sized knot on it, but that's okay because that's what makes it special, right? Well, I was able to get one more out of there before my battery died. So I'm going to have to charge it. We'll get this installed. Oh, I just like the looks of that. Well, friends, I know that this might not be what I normally do, and this might not be exciting at all, but nonetheless, it has to be done. And I just figured, you know, since it was in the low 20s at night and then the high 30s during the daytime, and we're supposed to get like 4 more days of that, that I would just spend some time working on the inside here. So it's a good thing that I prepped those boards the week before. Anyway, thanks so much for stopping by. We certainly do appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you back up here at the cabin again next time.